All right. Jumping around here with Luca in the house. Say hi, Luca.
Hello.
Yeah, immortalized. Okay, so what we're doing here is helping you guys on this big final exam, jumping around specifically to the harder ones. So we're going to jump around a little bit here. We're going to start with number 11. And so number 11 is kind of interesting. So given the two zeros, -2 and -5, come up with the quadratic function. That's kind of crazy, right? So here's how it works here, Luca. So what you're going to do, and everybody listening, watching this video, so you're going to go ahead and take these zeros. And so what are zeros? Zeros are the solutions. And so we just write it like that. We write x equals -2 and x equals -5. That's what they give us, right? And then we're going to reverse engineer them. So we're going to go ahead and put them back into factor form. And what I mean by that is we're going to go ahead and add 2 and add 2. So then x can't really combine with 2, so you just put them side by side, x plus 2. And then equals 2 with a -2 is 0. So that's one of our factors. Then we're going to go and add 5 to both sides. Add 5 to both sides, so we get x plus 5 equals 0. And so I put parentheses around them to remind us that they're factors. Then all we got to do is put those together and multiply them to get our original quadratic function back again. And so we do x times x is x squared, right? And then, yeah, sorry. Sorry. And then 2 times 5, what's 2 times 5? 10. So that's our 2 times 5 is 10. That's our eyeballs, our eyes. Now we're going to do our nose. So 2 times x is 2x. And then 5 times x is 5x. And so we do want to combine like terms. So combining 5x and 2x is 7x. And so that is our answer to our combining, starting with our solutions, working our way backwards to the equation. What? Cool. So that's for question 11. You'll definitely see one of those on the test. Awesome. So another maybe easy one, just since we're on a roll.
Adam Webster, you have a phone call in the office, please. Adam Webster.
So number 12 says to factor this completely. And highly recommend when you're taking the test that you divide by something to make it smaller and easier to factor. What do you think you can see that they all have in common? 2. Yeah, 2. Good job. So we can divide by 2. That means we're pulling out a 2 there. So that'll be 4 divided by 2 is 2x squared. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Minus 12. Nice. So we can use the Xbox method or grouping method or guess and check. Might work just fine. So guess and check might work. So we have 2x and x. And then we got to think of 12. Now that's tricky now. Because 12 could be 1 and 12, 2 and 6, or 3 and 4. So lots to choose from, right? Any combination with this 2 and this 1 to give us 5x. So take a guess. Probably not 1 and 12. That usually doesn't work. But maybe 2 and 6 or 3 and 4. What's your guess? We'll do guess and check method. So go ahead and guess one. It has to equal 5x when you multiply them together. So maybe guess 2 or 6 or 3 or 4? 2 or 6. So we'll go ahead and plug in 2 or 6. So if we go ahead and put 2 here and 6 here and then multiply and see if we got it right, 6 times 2 is 12x. And then 2 times x is 2x. And will a 2x with a 12x, if we like minus them, will that give us 5x? Nope. 12 minus 2 is 10, or 12 plus 2 is 14. So maybe if we switch them around instead, and we go ahead and put the 6 first and the 2 second, like that. Put the 6 there and the 2 there. So then that's going to be 6x, and 2 times 2 is 4x. So we have 6x and 4x. Well, that makes 10x. Or 6 minus 4 is 2x. Dang, still doesn't work. So maybe that one's not going to work either. So what's the other one we should try? Yeah, 3 and 4. So if I throw a 3 here maybe and a 4 here. So, ooh, look at that. 4 times 2 is 8x. And then 3 times x is 3x. And if we do some minusing, 8x minus 3x is 5x. We figured it out. So we need the 8 to be positive, so we're going to do a positive 4 with positive 2 gives us the 8x, and then minus the 3x. So we'll raise that 3 up there. Minus the 3x, good, will give us the 5x. So then please factor the function completely. Probably want to bring down the 2 just in case. And so that's going to be our final answer there is 2 times 2x minus 3 times x plus 4. Sweet. So that's how you do those factoring ones. Guess and check method is always a good one. I think that should be a good tool for you on the test. I don't know if we need to go as far as grouping. But grouping is definitely when you have four terms, don't forget grouping. I don't know if I'll do this one for you. This is a pretty easy one. You're just distributing it through, and then combine like terms. So that's not too bad, right? Distributing it through and then combine. So distributing it through and then combine like terms. So that's not too bad. So give that one a try and check your answer key on my blog when I email it to you at 5 tonight or tomorrow night. Or if this is a different year watching the video, I'll try to stick to 5. But let's try another one maybe. Ooh, so minus does make a difference. Maybe we'll do one of them. So what's 2x times x squared? So you think about it too, Luca. What do you think 2x times x squared is? Good, 2x cubed, good. And then 2x times negative x is negative 2x squared. 2x times 4 is positive 8x. Now it gets tricky with the negative. People make mistakes here, so be careful. Negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. Good job. And then x times x is x squared. And then negative 5x times negative 2 is negative times the negative is a positive 10x. There we go. And then we want to combine like terms. So that's a negative 2x with a negative 50, or negative 2x squared with a negative 15x squared. That's negative 17x squared. Bring down our 2x cubed because that doesn't combine with anything. And then we have an 8x with a 10x. So that's 18x. And that's just going to be our answer. So just distribute, multiply it through, and then combine like terms. Sick. There we go. So then let's take a look at maybe the next one, because I think this is a good one just for a second. So do you remember standard form? This is not in standard form. How would you write that in standard form? Good. So y to the 4th power minus 5y cubed plus 6y squared plus 8. So that should be hopefully a pretty easy one on the test there. Awesome. So this one we did in class, number 16. We found the x-intercepts, which is negative 1 and 1. We reverse engineered them back into parentheses, and then we noticed that bouncing, where it bounces here, means to have a squared power around your parentheses, which goes right there. So there's one we already did on the test there. Awesome. Let's take a look at, let's do a tough one, number 17. That looks kind of tough. Do you remember with how to do like subtracting rationals? Fractional functions. We did adding, subtracting about 4 weeks ago. So we wanted to get a common denominator and then combine the top over the bottom once. So this is a special one. So this is like x plus 2, right? And more than likely, x plus 2 is going to be involved in the x squared minus 4, already a part of it. And so can you remember this is called a special factoring? And so special factoring is where you difference of squares. That's it, difference of squares. So what do you guess we're going to use for, so x and x, what are you going to guess for our factors of 4? 2, good. So 2 and 2. And then there's no middle term, right? There's no like 1x or 2x or 5x. There's nothing in the middle. So then what does that mean about the signs to cancel out? That's it. Yeah, a minus and a plus and a minus. So now that is this guy gone already. That's factored. So now we almost have a common denominator. We have an x plus 2, and over here an x plus 2. This has an x minus 2, so what does this side need? To match. An x minus 2 to make it match. Good job. So we are going to go ahead and take a x minus 2. So basically, so we're going to take an x minus 2 and multiply it so that now they match. And if you multiply it to the bottom, you have to multiply to the top. There you go. So now those are matching. Because think about it. You can have anything divided by itself because it's just 1. So we snuck a 1 in there, multiplied by 1, changed it into an x minus 2 over x minus 2 to match the bottoms, denominators. And now we just want to combine the top over the bottom just once. So we're just going to write that common denominator once down here, x plus 2 times x minus 2. Why did we write it over the bottom once? Well, because kind of like this. You remember this? Like 1/4 plus 2/4 is, this is just like another example. So is what? 1 plus 2/4 or 3/4. And so it's just taking that and combining the top, 1 plus 2, over the bottom, not twice, but just once. So we're taking that common denominator, writing it just once down here. So then we can write down our 4x plus 6. And now we're going to have to do some crazy multiplying, right? So we're going to do x times x. I'm going to do the negative in a second. So x times x is x squared. Negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4. And so remember that, that's the eyes. So you have to do the nose and mouth. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And then this negative 2 times x is another negative 2x. So we have 2 of them. And so that's going to be negative 4x. Cool. So I just multiplied, distributed through those two, like foiled them together or distributed them. So then, this is where people make mistakes on the test, the negative. So we're going to have to multiply that negative all the way through all these terms. So we're going to change that x squared to a negative x squared. We're going to change that negative 4x to negative times the negative is a positive 4x. And then negative times the positive 4 is a negative 4. And then finally, last but not least, we'll just go ahead and combine like terms. So nothing combines with the negative x squared, so we'll just write it down. And then what do you think? What's 4x plus 4x? 8x, good. 8x. And then we have a positive 6 with a negative 4, so 6 minus 4, 2. Nailed it. All over the denominator, the common denominator that we found, once. And that is going to be our answer. Excellent. So that's how we combine the top. We get a common denominator, combine the top over the bottom once. Now, too many times, I've seen lots of students that they just see that problem there and they think, solve it. And they start eliminate the bottom, eliminate the bottom, eliminate the bottom. I'm like, no, that's only for solving. So this was combining the polynomial. So watch out, combining is different than solving, right? And so I don't know if we have a solving one to kind of look at or not. That's a divide, flip, and multiply. That's a solving one, but not really rationals. That's a radical solving one. I'm not sure if you can find one on there or not. Tricky, tricky. But we'll go ahead and stop this for now and do another video for you. If you missed class, this is number 29 and 30 that we did in class. So just to help you out some more there. Okay, so when they can make another video, since this one's getting kind of long, see you in a second. Peace out.